and a 1. And bing! We are AtlanticScrum. And Sasha and Chris and Thomas and Sam are here with you for your scheduled AtlanticScrum. Let me share this screen, which will soon become the list of members. But Sasha was here first, so let's start with Sasha. Sasha, how are things in your part of the world?
Very good. I've been trying to teach myself about merge sort with mixed successes. Yeah,
a good topic to be working on. Excellent.
And I think I did a tiny bit of work on our statistics branch, which I think you have seen already.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But wildly adventurous. Other than that, that's all Friday.
Anything blocking you, technical? And of course, it can be that you're getting your pizza out of the oven in 2 minutes, or any topic is open for. When I say people are blocked, if you're stuck with Excel or whatever it happens to be, we're all ears.
No, I don't think so.
No, okay, great. Greetings to Nadav. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Nadav. Nadav, another May Makers. What up? Sasha's here. This is a little mini May Makers reunion. Just going by, I'm not sure who came in next, but so we're going around individual. Oh well, I guess Sasha, I should ask. So you're not blocked or anything, and are you free for pairing now?
Yes.
Okay. After you've got the pizza out of the oven.
Yeah, and in fact eating it.
Yes. Okay.
Which might be a blocker, I suppose.
Well, I guess it depends on the pizza. Let's go on to Thomas. How are things with you, Thomas?
Just fine, thank you very much. I'm working.
Okay. Yes, and I imagine you're working on client work. You're maybe not preparing immediately. Are you blocked or concerned about anything on Azure Ventures, or you're just saying hi?
I'm not blocked by anything. I'm just saying hi, basically. I'm just getting ready to go home and finish off my day work, trying to get some food, spend some time with my family, and be ready for pair programming with you guys.
Yeah. So you've got a pairing session set up, so that's in like 3 hours from now, or
something like that? Yes.
Okay.
A quick check on my watch. Yes, that's right.
Okay, and that's going to be with Vibav and a few others, and maybe Sasha.
Yes, the guys that I couldn't accommodate last night.
Okay.
Yes.
Good show. All right.
And unfortunately, Sasha, I won't be able to do any pair programming on the statistics branch until tonight, after I'm done with the AV 102 students. If that's
okay. I'm not sure yet if I'll be around tonight.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see how that goes. I guess, Thomas, we're overdue for a client meeting, but we'll work that out later.
We are, certainly, yes.
In the week.
We need to work that out. Tomorrow, perhaps?
We'll let's see how it goes. Yeah. Tomorrow AM, that'll be good. Let's check in with Christopher. Hey, Chris, how are things with you?
Hey, good. I've just been working on what was estimated to be a 2-point story.
Mm-hmm.
The Twitter notification for So I've been pairing with Renee on that.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess if anything can be considered a blocker, it's just sort of the complexity surrounding mocking and stubbing the external API.
Right. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Are you using WebMock?
Yeah. I mean, I've got WebMock working for like a very simple test that we're doing, but we're wondering, should we be using the VCR gem? I noticed it's set up in the project, and it'd be good if we could get some sort of high-level advice on those sorts of things.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting. I mean, I'm using WebMock a lot at the moment for stubbing the GitHub API, and I'm feeling like I'm managing quite well. I'm sort of in the process of creating my own gem, but more of that later. Yeah, and there's VCR and Puffing Billy. Has anybody here got any strong opinions on using VCR or Puffing Billy?
I used to use WebMock myself, but I know that guys have been using VCR for certain features, so it's either way, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not clear to me whether VCR is providing an additional layer of functionality in terms of recording how the existing API actually works, rather than WebMock is just sort of stubbing it out completely and then letting you get on with it. I guess, do we know who were the people who were using VCR? Was that Yarrow and people?
Yeah.
We're not.
I'm not quite sure, just on top of my head.
No, okay, well, Chris, we'll try and hunt
just do a
down,
git blame.
Yeah, we'll get annotate on things. We'll try and hunt down who the people who've got some VCR. What's that word?
Yeah.
Experience in our organization. Chris, anything else blocking you at all?
No, just general sort of time constraints.
Yeah, that old master and slave. And we've got some background audio somewhere, but probably Thomas. I don't know.
I'm just gonna mute myself.
Sure. So, Chris, are you free for pairing now?
I could be, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good stuff. That's good to know. Is it Renee that you've been with? I'll just go over to Mikhail now, who's in the room with us. Hey, Mikhail, how are you doing?
Hello. Fine. Nothing is blocking me. I'm going to install a WSO development environment, I think, this way.
Okay. The website one, that's the framework for the Agile Ventures site. Yeah, okay. So you're just working on that in the background, just getting that set up?
Yes.
Okay, great. And are you free for pairing now?
Yes, I am.
Okay, good show. And then Nadav, welcome. Special welcome. First Agile Ventures Scrum. Thank you so much for jumping in at the last minute. How are things with you?
Thank you very much for having me. I'm well, thanks. Like I told you before, I just came back, so I'm
yeah, you're just jumping in, and it's like, yeah. Go on.
But good.
Yeah, no, it's great to see you. Yeah, so we were just I guess what I'll do actually, part of the way of introducing Nadav, and maybe I'll just do an update from me, which will explain that. So I guess the main things for me is that the MOOC is in the process of being pushed out for tomorrow. We've got various client meetings later on in the week and so on. What I have done is I've got support from the Maker CEO, that's Evgeny, who to take part of the Ronin framework open source. So we've got this GitHub gem, GitHub component that we've been working on, and we're going to take that open source and we're going to make that into an Agile Ventures project. So that's something that any Agile Ventures member is very welcome to get involved in. I'll just have to make a project and get that done. We're also trying to encourage the Makers alumni, such as Sasha and Nadav and others, to get involved in pairing with us here on the Makers Academy engineering team. And we're going to have a kickoff meeting tomorrow at 3:45 that's particularly for Nadav and Sasha and so on, just to sort of explain what's going on in Makers engineering and so on and so forth. Nadav, I sort of partly just, because we've got a sort of chat room, and I could have started to explain to you what's going on, but I thought, hey, why not just pull you in here and this is Agile Ventures, and this is basically every day. I mean, you remember mentioning Agile Ventures on the course, basically 3 or 4 times a day. We have little sessions like this where everybody comes in, says what they're working on, what they're blocked, if they're free for pairing, and then we all try and work out how to fit people together to have successful pairing sessions as a result. So there's no requirement, Nadav, for you to necessarily come to these again if you want. I think Sasha's been deriving quite a lot of benefit and pair programming practice from being involved in Agile Ventures sessions for the last couple of weeks. Yeah, I mean, we'll kind of do a separate session tomorrow for the Makers Engineering Group, but particularly now that we'll have a component of our new online course, the GitHub component, open source, this will be always a good place. I run the Atlantic Scrums and the Euro-Asia Scrums, which are at 7:30 a.m. UK time, and this 3:15 p.m. So that's always a good time to catch me and get into the flow of the pairing things. So yeah, did any of that make sense, or was it just the copy? I said decaf, I think I was on, but
no, it makes perfect sense. Thanks.
Excellent. Yeah, well, so yeah, Nadav, you probably haven't necessarily. Maybe you did join. Did you join the Agile Ventures? It's a little members page like this for yourself.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I did.
And there you are. Excellent. Yes. So, is there anything technically blocking you at the moment? And it doesn't have to be related to Agile Ventures. Is there some browser issue or coding issue or anything that you're struggling with at the moment?
Well, I've started looking into Node.js.
Oh, yeah.
And just finding it a bit difficult to find an entry point, if you will.
Sure.
I mean, now I got the sense that maybe my JavaScript isn't as good as it should be to provide the basis to tackle Node.js. I wasn't sure if I was, if I wasn't trying
To take on too much.
So that's the only kind of. I've been practicing other things as well.
Yeah.
Rails and the rest of it. But for that, I've got a better basis. This was something very different and like new to me. So.
Sure. Yes, I mean it's interesting. I think we've got more Node.js going on here at Makers now. I don't think we have any active Node.js projects here in Agile Ventures. It still it's Ruby and Ruby on Rails. Although we'd love to have an active Node.js project. Yeah. Yes, I can maybe point you to some good starting places. Maybe take that offline. Well, thanks for checking in on that. And are you free now for pairing, for hanging out, or you got to run off?
At this very moment, I could do some pairing if possible. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Nice one. So I think I've covered everyone. Is there any other general business for the Scrum that we need to mention? I'll take that as a no. Or Thomas is waving his hand, but he's muted. But it's me just moving his camera. Yeah, and just saying no. Okay, that's fine. So that sounds like I guess we've got. It looks like we've got Chris and Mikhail and Nadav and Sasha kind of free for pairing in the near future. Thomas is not free. And I guess I've kind of got half an hour. Like if Nadav, you could kind of. I guess what I would say is I'd sort of maybe encourage you guys to pair with each other. Like we'll do tomorrow, Nadav, if you're free for the 3:45, we'll do a meeting then, and we'll focus on us and so on, and give me time to prep this new GitHub Gem thing. I wonder if do Chris and Mikhail want to pair, and Nadav and Sasha, just based on I know Nadav and Sasha, you know each other, so Sasha, would you be free after your pizza has been ingested to show Nadav how this all works?
Sure. So what will we work on?
Well, I think it would be up to you. I mean, you could be showing Nadav what you've been doing on the statistics branch of the website one, and just sort of, I mean, I think I don't know if you've got to the point, Sasha, where you're feeling confident enough to kind of run a pairing session yourself. If you are, then that's great, and you could try that with Nadav. If you're not, then it could just be a process of telling Nadav more about how the Agile Ventures thing has been working for you in the last couple of weeks.
I think maybe somewhere in between at the moment.
Yeah. I noticed also that Mikhail is trying to set up his website one development environment. But I wonder. Anyway, I mean, I guess at the end of the day, entirely up to you guys. You could have set up a single hangout and have one between you and just be chatting generally. It sounds like Chris is doing some quite interesting work there with the Twitter API and so on. That if people are interested in, I'm sure it sounds like he could like to have some other eyeballs on that. So. Kind of, I leave it up to you. I guess the key thing, Sasha, you're now perfectly familiar with the creation of new hangouts through Agile Ventures, right? That's working. That's working for you at the moment. So, and I'm sure Chris is, yeah. But anyway, I'm just trying to pull up the page here. But yeah, so if you're logged into Agile Ventures and you're on this page, then this is just for Nadav's benefit in future, and Mikhail's probably used to it. You can start a pairing session by clicking on this Start a Hangout on Air, and I think the links will get posted into our Slack environment, which I hope everybody's in.
They haven't been recently, unless someone's fixed it.
Yeah, well, at least the scrums are. So, but anyway, so the key thing, if you are starting a Hangout, and the key thing is to use the, copy and paste the link from that. Like here I am. This is the Hangout that we're in now, and I can just copy and paste that link from the Hangout and put it into the chat room of whichever is the project.
Did that work for you, Sam, to post through bot, or did you have to do it manually?
Just now starting the Scrum, it worked through the bot.
Okay, because Yaro pushed out some new code, and we are using the Heroku certificate now.
Oh, okay.
So that should work, but let's give him some feedback. So just afterwards, just give him some feedback in the workspace on their channel.
Okay, that's.
And also for you, Sasha, if everything works for you, just write to Yaro in the general channel and say that it works.
Yeah.
So again, if it does work, I should say in the general chat.
Yeah. I would say that. Yeah. That would be great. He awaits some feedback on this.
Okay. All right. So I think I'm going to stop. I think we're kind of about to wrap up there. Scrum's usually 6 to 15 minutes.